RedZone weather in Brewton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Megginson. A severe weather update starts right now.
For the first time in a while, we have a severe weather risk setting up on this Tuesday across the Deep South. Hope you're having a nice start to the day. Rain and thunderstorms going to be most likely to happen later today, specifically in the afternoon into the evening hours. High temperature is going to be around 81 today, and I think that storms starting in West Alabama will gradually push across our region, exiting out of the area by the time we get to 11 p.m. or midnight. So this is going to be a deal that happens mainly from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. today. Tornadoes, damaging straight line winds going to be the main concerns, and rain chance is going to peak around 6 o'clock this evening. Let's look at how it may happen on the projected radar, and you can see that we have a big storm system moving across the Deep South today. I think the better combination of atmospheric ingredients for severe weather today going to happen just to our north across parts of central and north Alabama, but regardless, we could have a few tornadoes as far south as our local area. Tornadoes, damaging straight line winds going to be the concern as a squall line moves through. It does look like that this line of storms will probably be weakening as it crosses our area. Let's show you play by play how this may play out. By 1 o'clock, could have storms approaching the Mississippi-Alabama state line. By 4 o'clock, pushing across our area. Some of these storms may be strong or severe. And again, the concerns are tornadoes and damaging straight line winds today. By 7 o'clock, the line of storms would likely be past I-65 and a bit weaker by that point. And the good news is, by the time we get to 10 and 11 o'clock tonight, most of the storms will be well to our east across parts of southeast Alabama and the Florida Panhandle. So it's a level 2 out of 5 risk day for parts of central North Alabama, all the way back down to Thomasville and areas near Milry and Chatham in West Alabama. This is going to be a deal that primarily has the main hazard of damaging straight line winds, but a few tornadoes will also be possible. Just because this is a lower end tornado risk across our local area doesn't necessarily mean that we won't have tornadoes. It just means the risk is lower for our area compared to places farther to our north. In fact, here's the local view. And the fact is, we all have a severe weather risk today. Level 1 and level 2, these are the lower end severe weather risk probability zones. And basically what that means is, while widespread intense severe weather is unlikely, some of the storms may ramp up and briefly become severe today. And I think that, again, the greater probability of severe weather is going to happen across this area. In fact, let's show you the tornado probabilities today. And you see 2% and 5%. What that means is the overall tornado risk in this shade of green is basically double of what it would be on a blue sky weather day, and about 5 times higher in this darker shade of brown. And so the higher tornado probabilities today are for places like Tuscaloosa, back down to Demopolis, Butler, Livingston, York, Utah, Greensboro, Marion, Centerville, and Aliceville, involved in those higher tornado probability zones today. I think the bigger concern across the Deep South going to be damaging straight line winds. And if you're in the yellow zone, places like Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, back over to Camden, Demopolis, back up to Haleyville, and areas near Russellville, those are the areas that have the highest risk of damaging straight line winds today. I think that large hail probably will not be as big of a concern, but nonetheless could have some hail in the stronger storms as well. So a level 2 risk day, fairly common for this time of year and more common as we get into November and December. And keep in mind, even though it's only a level 2 risk day, we still can have tornadoes. Let's look at some of the ingredients here. This is the surface-based instability. Line of storms will be right here on the back edge, and obviously when storms move through, the convective available potential energy goes back down to 0, but nonetheless, there will be upwards of 1,500 joules per kilogram of fuel for these storms to work with closer to the Alabama and Northwest Florida beaches. The good news here is that there is sort of a mismatch of ingredients today for severe weather formation, better dynamics of this weather system happening to our north, and you can kind of see that lifting out as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. That would be good news. That's what we kind of hope happens here, better dynamics to the north, better instability to the south, and that creates a mismatch. Hopefully that mismatch will be enough for no tornadoes to form today, but there's enough overlap that some of the storms, again, may briefly produce a few tornadoes and damaging straight line winds. We will get some beneficial rain off this system. These numbers have come up. You can see that most of our local area going to pick up about a half an inch of rain in total. Could have isolated higher amounts, but we're not really expecting much in the way of a flash flood threat with this system, as the ground is very dry and ongoing drought conditions do continue across several local counties. Out in the tropics, watching an area of concern near Bermuda. High chance that becomes a brief tropical storm before moving out to sea. Also watching an area of disturbed weather separately south of Bermuda. Those two systems will not be a direct concern for South Alabama or Northwest Florida. Highs in the 80s for the most part across our region today, ahead of cooler temperatures coming in for your Wednesday. In fact, Wednesday and Thursday look quite nice. High temperature is going to be around 75. Rain and thunderstorms set to return this weekend. Could have some loud storms around on Saturday into Sunday. That's something we'll focus on in the days ahead. But again, have a way to get those tornado warnings today, just in case we happen to have a warning needed for your specific location. Of course, if we have warnings, we'll come straight on Facebook Live and YouTube Live and in the RedZone Weather app to bring you the very latest. I do hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Let me know if you have any weather-related questions in the comments below.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free RedZone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our RedZone Weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.